I just got hit in the ass with a spatula.
I'm Martin Sargent. Clearly, I'm the guy. Duh. I'm pretty much the man. Get with it. Yo, what's up? That's rad, man. What's up? You never seen anything like that. Blingo. Blingo? Unscrewed. That's right. I'm like Bill Cosby. Hey, welcome to Unscrewed, the show that has proven itself to be a really embarrassing way for me to spend my evenings. I'm Martin Sargent, and let me introduce man's best friend, the woman who has received more fan mail about her breasts than any other co-host since the great Andy Richter, Laura Swisher, everyone. Laura! I'm sorry. I don't mean to joke about that, but how does that make you feel? I mean, that people, they're writing in mainly about your breasts. I think that's despicable.
Look up, Marty, when you talk to him. I think that's just horrible, Laura. I wish.
No, that is horrible, believe me.
It is. You know what, Marty? You work hard at your craft, honing, trying to be funny, and then, boom, finally your breasts are noticed, and you're like, thank God.
Whatever works, right? Whatever works.
It's about time.
No,
yeah.
You are very funny. Speaking of fan mail, you know, we've been getting a ton of it, or I should say people have been sending us lots of mail. Here's one now. It's from Randy Bag 76. He writes, "Your show sucks big ass." Yeah, whatever, man. So Laura likes to suck some big ass.
I think that's you. That's
Sure.
at you.
Sometimes I do. You know, some people even like our show so much that it's inspired them to create art. Here's a drawing of me from W.T. Clay. Check it out. Yeah, that's great. It's like me after an 8-day crystal meth binge.
Let's see. Uncanny resemblance.
Come back. Okay. No, that's pretty scary. That's pretty great.
Your eyes are kind of fat.
Okay, they did one of you too, Laura. Here's Laura's. Check out Laura's. Yeah. It's like the wrong Laura. It's more like Laura Croft. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, let's go to the drawing. Go back. Now come back to Laura. It's a superhero. I am super breast. Nice.
SB. Super breast.
Hey, tonight's show is more than just artistic interpretations of Laura's chest. We've got one of the smartest guys in the world, theoretical physicist Michio Kaku, is here to explain if the theories presented by some of our previous guests on the show have any scientific validity. And the dark tipper himself, Kevin Rose, will be here with another trick to screw your friends, a little segment we call I Hate You. And whoa, if you're in a world music scene like I am, you're really going to dig tonight's musical guests all the way from Lebanon. We're honored to bring you Hatton. Let's take a sneak peek. Hey, Partridge Family, step aside. Your beat. That guy's awesome. Hatton will be back later in the show to perform their smash hit from their second album, Woolhead. That's coming up later. But before any of that...
Now, Unscrewed News with Martin Sargent.
This is Unscrewed News with Martin Sargent. According to the Associated Press, a mental hospital in Oregon announced they would be hiring translators who speak Klingon. The plan would not only benefit mental patients who insist on speaking only the language of space warriors, but would also come in really handy if Worf ever loses his Though hospital officials later announced that the Klingon translator plan would be scrapped, the regularly scheduled Romulan sing-alongs will continue. Come on! According to CNN.com, the U.S. Army has found a powerful new weapon in training soldiers for the dangerous business of urban warfare. Video games about urban warfare. The plus side of the video game plan is our troops will develop much-needed city fighting skills. The downside is the death rate among short, mustachioid Italians could skyrocket. The Army plans on keeping the training program in effect until the year 2027, when the government is expected to run out of quarters. And finally tonight, according to Reuters, more and more elderly people are turning to computer dating sites to help them hook up with sex partners. Ew. It's not so much that they're into sex or even their computers, it's just that at their age, they get off on being able to use the phrase IBM. Old people are also excited because while you and me, AOL's offer of 1,000 free minutes doesn't sound like much, to them, it could well be a lifetime guarantee. And that's the news with Martin Sargent. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Laura?
At Unscrewed, we're big fans of the paranormal, but with all the reports that come in, it's hard to differentiate the facts from fiction. That's why we called our Bigfoot-loving friend Scott Harriet to investigate. His first mission? To get the cold, hard facts about reported haunting of an old distillery off the coast of the Pacific. Roll the tape.
This restaurant actually opened as Frank's Roadhouse in 1927. It was a speakeasy during Prohibition, and a woman started working at the hotel, a very friendly woman who liked to wear blue dresses. She and her boyfriend were down on the beach one night. Just earlier that evening, her husband had found her, had been thrown out by the bouncers, and everybody thought he was gone. But he apparently showed up on the beach and stabbed her. About a week later, people started seeing a woman in a blue dress walking along the beach, and then slowly but surely the ghost appeared here in the restaurant.
Does she have her head on?
She has her head on. She's not always wearing a blue dress anymore. She's
naked?
No.
Is she ever done anything malicious other than whacking guys on the ass with a spatula?
No, she's actually never done anything malicious.
Have you ever seen a drunk ghost?
Yes, I have.
She was here when I walked in as I was coming up the drive, and she's in the different areas of the restaurant.
And what kind of tipper is she?
If I could use the word dimension, we could explain that.
You cannot use the word dimension.
Okay.
There's a strong sexual energy.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do ghosts have sex?
With people living or dead?
Oh, I don't care.
I actually had an interesting encounter with the ghost myself a number of years ago, where she walked through me a number of times, and it felt really good.
Go toward the light, Kate. Toward the light.
No.
Nobody does that? Okay.
This is where she comes, is through this area right here.
Will she be divided into like 10 sections for a little bit and then reform?
Yeah.
Ever seen a photo of her?
No, but I can tell you what I experienced.
Yeah.
In my head, I got a nice picture of.
Yeah, when she went through you.
Yeah. And so that it will, in fact, pick up technology. It's meant to pick up electromagnetic pollution. Here we go. Yeah, something's going on now.
Lloyd, these are just wah-wah pedals.
Oh, I am feeling something now, right behind me.
She's hoping that we can bring her partner forward. That's what I get from her. Yeah. I don't feel her anymore.
No, I don't feel her here anymore either.
All right, well, Scott is on call, and we'll be back with more paranormal reports as often as he's allowed out of the psych ward. Marty.
Because he's crazy. Internationally recognized theoretical physicist and one of the smartest guys on the planet, Dr. Michio Kaku, is going to be here to tell us if all our guests are nuts or if it's just us. Now take a look at this. Ah, look at the baby. Look at the baby. Ah!
Oh, yeah!
Hey, welcome back. Our next guest graduated #1 in physics from Harvard in 1968. Since then, he's received a PhD from Berkeley, held a lectureship at Princeton, and published over 70 physics articles on subjects such as superstring theory, supergravity, supersymmetry, and hadronic physics. And oh yeah, he's also the co-founder of string field theory. In short, he's one smart mamma jamma. Dr. Michio Kaku, welcome to Unscrewed, sir.
Glad to be on the program.
All right, so Dr. Kaku, over the past few months, some of the guests who have appeared on our show have made some fairly unbelievable claims, and as responsible journalists who are bound to the highest levels of ethics and integrity, we wanted to see if you could tell us if there's even a kernel of truth in any of these claims.
Glad to.
Let's just cut to the chase. Rael, the French-Canadian, the leader of the Raelians, he says that he is the spawn of space aliens. Is there any possibility of that?
Well, as Carl Sagan once said, remarkable claims require remarkable proof. Now, there are two hallmarks to a scientist. First, we have to be open-minded about aliens and UFOs. But second of all, we demand the gold standard, reproducible, testable evidence. That's the beef. You have to show us the beef. So far, we have no evidence whatsoever provided by the aliens that a cloning took place of humans 25,000 years ago, or that they successfully cloned a human. And in fact, no primate has ever been cloned. I repeat, no chimpanzee, no orangutan, no ape, and no human has ever been successfully cloned. So I tend to doubt their claim.
You don't think that the white suit and crazy haircut are proof enough that this guy has mystical powers?
Well, scientists also have strange haircuts and strange coats as well. However, we do believe that we have independent ways of judging how old things are. Was humanity created 25,000 years ago? Well, you know, we have carbon dating, radioactive dating. We have DNA analysis, which gives us the rate at which DNA mutates. We have ice cores. We have lake sediments, tree rings, fossil evidence. We have about 6 independent ways to calibrate the age of objects. And we think, therefore, that humans separated from the chimpanzees about 6 million years ago, not 25,000 years ago.
So it looks like Royale's just in this for the free love and wild sex that you get as a cult leader.
And free publicity, tons of free publicity.
So we also had a guy on the show who claims that there are 20-foot people living in the center of the Earth and that he can communicate with these people telepathically. Is there any possibility of a race of 20-foot humans living in the middle of the Earth?
Well, you know, believe it or not, even though we can't look at the center of the Earth, we do have satellite data that gives us very accurate readings of any gravitational anomalies of the planet Earth, and the Earth appears very solid. Also, we have seismic information. Every time there's an earthquake, seismic shock waves go right through the Earth and are refracted. And again, we know that the Earth is quite solid as a consequence.
Well, Mikos is going to be sorry to hear that he doesn't really exist. But speaking of mind reading, channeling, remote viewing, we had a remote viewer on the show. We said he was trained by the U.S. Army. What do you think of that? Is that possible?
Well, you know, believe it or not, the United States military back in the height of the Cold War used to pay psychics to locate Soviet submarines in the oceans.
With any success?
Without success, because the Pentagon heard rumors that the Russians were doing it. And I'm sure the Russians heard rumors that the Pentagon was doing, hiring psychics. And so we had a psychic war, a psychic gap, as to see who could marshal as many psychics to locate Soviet submarines. However, there's no instance where a psychic has been able to successfully reproduce the location of any submarine on the bottom of the ocean.
Man, we're striking out here. We're striking out. Also, we had on this set a guy named Alex Chu who claims that if you wear these magnetic rings on your finger that he has invented, you can have eternal life. What's your take on this?
Well, again, evidence has to be testable and reproducible. You have to live forever in order to test this theory. And we simply don't have the evidence. Right now, we do believe, however, that living tissue has something called magnetite in it. And therefore, we know that magnetic tissue, tissues do have some magnetic properties. And we think that animals, for example, home in on the magnetic field of the Earth in order to breed, in order to migrate. However, this is a very small effect. And scientists are not convinced that this has any beneficial effects, like, you know, getting clear skin and getting a better sex life and living forever. We're not convinced about that yet.
Okay. We also had a bondage clown on the show named Ouchie. What's your take on bondage and clowning?
Bondage and clowning? Well, gee, I'm a physicist, not a sociologist or a sex therapist, so I really wouldn't know about that.
So scientists haven't tested this either?
This is where no physicist has gone before.
Well, Dr. Kaku, thank you so much for helping us to straighten all these issues out. We appreciate your expert opinion and your lone voice of reason in what is otherwise a rumbling din of constant insanity here on Unscrewed. You are welcome here anytime, my friend.
Okay, thank you very much.
You can find out more about Dr. Kaku and his work at michiokaku.com. You got to read some of his books. They're amazing. Coming up, a man who has turned himself into a lizard. Exclusive interview next. Unscrewed. Everyone expresses themselves in different ways. Me, I sing Gilbert and Sullivan operettas with my a cappella choir. I am the Philip. Others surgically alter their entire bodies to make themselves look like reptiles. Joining us now via netcam is one self-proclaimed freak, Eric Sprague, also known as the Lizardman. Yo, what up, Eric?
How you doing, man?
All right, man. So what made you wake up one day and say, this human being thing is for the birds, I want to be a lizard?
Well, I think everybody has those mornings where they wake up and say this human being thing is for the birds, but it wasn't just a one-day thing for me. I was actually an art student, and I came up with a concept piece, and over the course of 4 years convinced myself that I actually wanted to do it, to transform my body.
Most people paint or sculpt, Eric.
Right. Some people like to work with clay, some people like to work with canvases. I chose my body as my medium. It's always with me, and it always makes an impact with a statement.
Kind of a flesh worker. So what have you done with your body?
Well, I've had nearly 700 hours of tattooing. That covers my entire body. I've also had Teflon subdermally implanted into my skull to make ridges over my eyes.
Non-stick.
Yep. Had my teeth sharpened at points and my tongue bifurcated.
You had your tongue bifurcated. You've actually had your tongue forked.
Mm-hmm.
That had to smart.
Or dumb, depending as the case may be.
I mean, that must actually, this is a big trend among the kids right now, the forked tongue thing. How much does that hurt?
Well, it's actually not the procedure. It's the swelling afterwards that most people say is the most uncomfortable. It's gotten a little bit of attention lately because there was a piece of legislation pending in Illinois attempting to ban it.
What do you think of that? You think the Congress should ban the forking of the tongue?
I think at that point it's more political grandstanding. It's not about whether or not people want to split their tongues. It's about whether or not the government should be telling you what to do with your body as an elective procedure.
Yeah, that's going to get people a lot of votes. Split the tongue. So tell me, you get a lot of play from the ladies with the forked tongue? Are they interested in that kind of thing?
I'd say that's probably the #1 sort of response to seeing a forked tongue is curiosity about what it can do.
And when you go down there, does it work?
Oh, it works very well. My girlfriend has always given it very positive reports.
Hey, you ever wake up, Eric, and say, oh, shoot, I should have been Goose Man or Antelope Man?
Well, I mean, when you do something as serious as I have, there's always going to be those moments where you have to step back and look at it. But ultimately, I've been working on it now for over a decade, and I've always been very happy with the way that it's progressed and where it stands.
Do you have a dollar estimate how much you spent on all the tattoos and the implants and everything?
I've easily spent over $10,000, but that's not bad if you think about it in terms of a yearly fee.
No, that's good value.
If you think about it in terms of value, my tattooing alone would be an estimated value of over $250,000.
So generally speaking, how do people react when they see you on the street?
Lots of turning and pointing.
Any laughing or crying?
It could go either way. Usually they laugh at first, and then they cry when they find out that I'm happier and make more money self-employed than they do.
All right. Hey, Lizardman, thanks very much, man. I, for one, think you're great.
Thank you. I think you're great, too, Martin.
Thanks. We're friends, me and Lizardman. And now let's bring it back to Laura. She's not a lizard, but she sure is cold-blooded. Laura?
Wow. Thanks, Martin. How apropos that this segment's called I Hate You. And, here we are with Kevin Rose, our dart tipper, and he's going to share with us some evil, mind-bending things that you can do on your computer to those you hate.
This is actually a great one for Marty because he doesn't know how to type. He's what we call a hunt and picker. And let me show you how that works. It's people that type like this. They put their hands in the air and they go like that. They have no idea where the keys actually are.
And it takes them like 5 hours to do one document.
Oh, exactly.
Very
so let me show you how to screw them up a little bit. What we're going to take is we're going to take a standard butter knife here, and we're going to put it under the edge. Yeah, I mean, just anything you can get out of the drawer. And you put it under the edge of the keys here, and you notice if I pull back like that, yeah, they tend to pop off like that. And then what we do is we take these keys and we rearrange them. Now, most people start off with the N and M keys, just to screw them up a little bit, and then you can, move on towards the F12s and F11s, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I hear ya.
So what we do here, give this a try here. Give it a try here with my knife here. Use that one there, and we'll pop these keys off, and just take them here. They pop off easily. They don't damage the keyboard, and you can put them right back in. See how that works?
I'm not that dramatic. I want mine to fly out. There
you go. There you go. So yeah, just pry back like that. There you go. You're getting the hang. Well, that's decent.
Not exactly. Woo! Okay.
Another fun one. Check this out. This is with the mouse. Now you know how a mouse works. Check this out here. See this here? This is a standard mouse ball, and that's how the mouse actually gets the navigation.
Right.
So when we flip it over here, that ball moves around, which in turn moves the cursor on the screen.
Yes.
So let me show you what we do here. We take a little piece of Scotch tape there, flip that mouse over, and right over the back of the mouse like that. And what that's going to do, that's going to block the mouse from moving. So when you go like that, nothing's going to happen on the screen.
Nothing happens.
Actually, we got Prager. We got David Prager.
Of course.
We did this to him. We put a little tape on the bottom. Let's take a look at that now. Here he is.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, look at Prager. He's checking the connection. He's checking the connection. Yeah, throws the mouse.
He's always throwing stuff.
Prager gets a little pissed off from time to time. We're actually sending him to some classes for that. It's kind of an anger management type thing with Prager. You know, he's short. It's one of those deals. But
short people deserve to be screwed with.
Definitely. But, you know, that's about it. That's all I got for you today.
All right, well, thanks, Kevin. If you want more dark tips, then go to our website, techtv.com/unscrewed. Back to you, Martin.
All right. Thank you very much, Laura. And D-Tip, as I like to call him.
Dark Tipper.
Hey, is it art or is it crap? Or is it art made out of crap? Find out when we come back in 3 minutes, all right?
And now it's time for another moment in NASA history. Help me.
Hey, it's high time you had a little bit of culture in your life, and we're here to help with a little game called Art or Crap. It's brought to you by ModestyPanel.com. Let's play Art or Crap. Here's how it works. I'll show you a picture. You have to tell me if it's a museum art piece or a piece of crap. All right, Laura, let's play.
Could it be a piece of crap that wasn't a museum? Does that count?
I don't know.
No,
just play the game.
All
How about
right.
this urinal right here?
That's crap.
You think that's crap? You don't think
Yes,
it's
I
the
do.
famous Marcel Duchamp piece?
Duchamp? No.
Duchamp? No, that is just a urinal. Do not crap in a urinal unless you're playing a funny trick on a restaurant. Okay, this one right here.
Right there?
I don't know if that's Liza Minnelli. Well, the question is that art or is that crap?
Crap.
You think that's crap? That is a Marie Osmond and Child Christmas ornament. It's a little bit of country and a little bit of crap, apparently.
I agree.
Well, you can play this yourself. Get the link at our website, techtv.com/unscrewed. Hey, thanks to Mishu Kaku and the Lizardman, and thanks to you for watching. Say goodnight, Laura. Good night, everyone.